For today's topic, we need a little grounding. That's why I literally sat down on the floor with a tea in my cow cup from Kentucky and my journal, because I wanted to share a deep soul level topic that has had profound impact on my humanness, on my path, and it's just perfect. It's raining outside, and I just thought this would be the perfect timing for sharing something deep. So as you see on the title of this video, it is going to be something I went through, and it's all related to my spiritual awakening. And I know, like, this term is like spiritual, and people, I kind of feel like using it for wrong reasons, but that's like where I went through, and I just know, and I feel like my life completely changed, and it's not the same anymore. Like, not at all. And I'm not talking about changing where I lived or about friendships. It's everything. It's literally how I view life, how I find myself on this earth. And I have to say, since I'm awakened and I came to the realization that I am a soul in a human body, I make this human experience, I sometimes have troubles being here on earth, and it feels really weird and lonely sometimes. I have to say that it got quite different in the past 4 years. So I didn't had like a progressive awakening realization. It all came at one point, and it was a huge wake up. Like, literally, I don't view anything like I did before. Nothing. The relationship to my parents, relationship to other people, relationship to this earth, the way work works, the way roles, like being a woman, being a mother, all these things, like it no longer made any sense to me. Like, it changed completely. It changed completely, and I do sometimes have like some obstacles being human. Like, the normal stuff that I used to do before, it no longer serves me. Like, it feels empty to me. It feels so distant. And especially here, I know I said that before, like, we're still like living in Germany, in this house. I'm born here. I'm born in the north of Germany, and I feel not at home. Like, this is not the place I belong. I know that, and Albert does feel the same. But it's more than like a country or a nationality. It's like on a soul level. It's really, really weird when you come to that point where you actually feel like it's not really like that question, where do I belong, on a human level. It's more like on a soul level. Like, this is so weird being here on earth and realizing, like, we make all these kinds of rules, and I don't know, we give things names, like countries. Like, imagine, like, there are actually no countries. We made that up. Like, we made borders. I think it's so weird if you come to the realization thinking about that. And there was one point I want to share with you, which was very, very challenging, and I felt very overwhelmed, and at that time. So I want to share with you one moment in my awakening that was very challenging for me. And that was a moment, and I had that several times, and it was a very dark moment where I really thought, I don't want to be here anymore. Like, I don't want to live on this earth anymore. And Obviously, I don't have followed any steps to do, but the thought was there, and it was very dark, and I noticed it, and I became very aware of the pain, because I realized nobody says these things just out of, because they think about it. These words come from pain. If somebody says they don't want to be here anymore, they don't feel good in their life anymore, that voice is usually stemming from a place of pain, and I had to acknowledge that pain. And for me, it came from my childhood, and it came from areas I never acknowledged. It came from feelings that came up, and they were so overwhelming, and I couldn't hold them, I couldn't stand them, I couldn't process them. And that pain was related to my parents. So my parents, they split up when I was young. They came back together, but there was always this, they stayed together because of me. So there was not a real decision for each other. It was rather for the child than being together because they wanted to be. And realizing all of that, I felt it, but I couldn't give words to it at that time because I was so young. And that pain, I had to acknowledge it, not draining in it anymore, not becoming it, not repeating the story, but really acknowledging what I was feeling and giving it a voice without shame. Like, that is healing. You literally give words to it, you speak it out, you let it go, and it no longer defines you. But for in order for you to, I really feel, and I know that, as long as you breathe, as long as you wake up every day, you have a purpose here. Like, God wants you to be here. And I felt that. And in those moments, I also felt that side. And I thought to myself, okay, what is there that needs to be felt, that needs to be experienced within me that I haven't done in a long time? And it was definitely things, emotions, topics from my childhood where I would find myself being really overwhelmed and lonely and all these kinds of feelings, and I processed them. And after that, I don't have that anymore. I don't think that anymore, because I found a deeper truth behind the pain. And it's always like that. Pain is always like a door, and behind that there's something very deeply, profoundly that no one, not a person, could give you, but it's really coming from within. And I feel like having the courage and the love to face yourself and the pain your younger self went through, that is honoring yourself, that is really honoring life. And I really want to encourage, like, the pain someone else experiences, like comparing it to your pain or someone else, there's not really something like, oh, I had a harder life, oh, I had a harder childhood. I don't see it that way, because I feel like every soul decides their own path, and what might be some challenge for one soul is another soul's like takes it easy. And that's the individuality we all have on this human-like path. And like, these are all kinds of realizations. I found it so difficult to share because I did not really meet anyone that could grab these things. And there was another realization on this path that I really understood, okay, maybe it doesn't have to understand everyone. Maybe I just give it room for myself, and that's okay. Like, I think that has a lot to do with, childhood. You always wanted to be understood. You wanted to be seen. At least this was for me. And now there's like this point, I'm like, actually it's okay. Actually it's okay, because I'm here with myself, more present than ever. And for me, it makes sense. Like, that's what I'm feeling. That's what I'm experiencing. And that's what I'm owning. I'm owning really my pain and I'm owning what I'm learning through that. And that might look different to someone else. So that's coming back to yourself, owning your pain, owning what you went through, and really acknowledging what is opening up for you through that. And with that, you grow and you become more whole, you become more present. And I really love that about me. I honor my inner child that has experienced those things, and I gave it room. No judgment, no, oh, I cannot say this, I cannot say that. No, I allowed space. I allowed the healing to move through me and to really connect to that. And that's the thing. If you have the courage to face those emotions, the pain that is coming with these thoughts, there's a door and you're gonna move through it, and it's gonna need some time, some waves of emotion, of pain. And never underestimate your soul, how strong you are. Like, you can do it. Like, you can do it. You came here to experience it, and that's why you're able to do it. That's why you can hold it. You can process it. And I know it can be so overwhelming. It can be so difficult to feel all these things, and it can feel like loneliness. And at the end of that, there is wholeness and love. I know it sounds like so, I don't know, like everybody says that, but it's really true. It's really true. And not bypassing it, not bypassing it with positivity, with going somewhere else, but really being with yourself and not intellectually processing it, feeling it with your whole body. Like, what does your skin say about your health? What does your headache, your gut issues, what does your body say about the way you feel you're connected with yourself? You can literally see and feel how people are connected to their humanness, to their being, by the way they walk, they talk, they connect to their emotions. Like, you can feel it. You are energetically here. You're not only mentally here. It's not everything happen in your head. Like, yes, the mind is powerful, but at the end of the day, it's not the only thing you perceive this reality through. And that is something, I know everybody has to walk on this path and come to their own realizations, and some people might not. And I guess that's also right. That's also okay. So I want to encourage you, like, you can do it, you can face it, and you're always really guided. And remember, as long as there is this breath that is giving you life, it's literally life you're breathing in, there's still something for you to be here. Like, not only to do, to be here, being present. And that's what I wanted to give you, because it was a very dark time for me, and I thought, when is this over? And it's over when you surrender, when you ask the question, what is behind that? And I don't want to go back anymore. Like, even I'm still like in this phase of, okay, we're playing this human game, and sometimes I think it's so ridiculous, some stuff, I'm here and I want to walk this path, I want to live this life fully, with the pain, also with the joy, because it's not only light, it's also dark, and both are so important. Like, that is the shadow work you work through. And the darkest things, the most dense energy you go through, the anger, the sadness, the grief, those are the parts within you that are revealing more depths, more rawness, more truth. And isn't that what we ultimately want? Like, as a soul, not a human, as a soul, the soul seeks the truth. Those are the things that I encounter on this path, and that's why we're walking this path, Albert and I. You know, we have a deep calling to open up these spaces for meeting yourself, to surrendering to truth, to who you truly are. And with Light Connect, we're doing that. And we are very, very grateful that this came so clearly into my heart after all these things, you know, that there was one thing, waking up to this realization. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm making this experience to support others. And so, yeah, our healing retreats, we're very grateful and excited to having this calling. It takes a lot of courage and also truth and dedication and faith in God, you know, because since the day, and we both had this, we are following that. And one of the tools or channels is like this space. It's right here. It starts right here. And I'm grateful for everyone that's here, and I encourage you to, like, don't let yourself believe that pain is consuming you. You're more than that. You're more than that, and it's transforming, and it's so helpful, and it's a part of this humanness. So this was my message to you for today. I am looking forward to depth, to love, to sharing, and to build this beautiful community with Light Connect or retreats. And I welcome you, and I will see you in the next video. Have a beautiful, beautiful day.